Hello everyone, it's me again. I initially wanted to make a short video regarding the issue I have been experiencing with the Astro A40 2013 edition audio system, but there were some other things I wanted to talk about as well, so I decided to upgrade that video and make a light commentary out of it. I will be covering some items such as a brief introduction on myself and what I do for a living, my current passion for video games, what I like to do for you, the YouTube community, and a request of suggestions on what to do next. First and foremost, regarding the Astro A40 voice output issue, I recently received replies from Astro Gaming support. I received two emails, one email describing another test to try out, and another email requesting permission to send a shipping label to me for sending the possibly defective audio system back to Astro Gaming for further troubleshooting. The first email mentioned to try the detachable microphone on the other side of the headset. Now the left is default, so try the right side, making sure that the quick disconnect cable fits snugly in the headset, and see if the same issue persists. Although I may have not mentioned this in my initial video about the issue, I did try this out, but unfortunately no change in the issue. In fact, for shits and giggles, since I had two pairs of Astro A40 headsets at that time, I attached the mics on both the left and right side of the headset and tested the output. Unfortunately, this did not improve the situation either. I mentioned to Astro Gaming support that I had already tried the right side of the headset, making sure that the quick disconnect cable is in all the way, that's what she said, and that the situation has not improved. So I also replied to the second email stating that I would like Astro Gaming to issue me a shipping label, as well as instructions on how to ship out the package and what to ship out to them. It has been about 3 to 4 days since I replied back to them, and I have yet to wait for their next response and or shipping label. As always, I will keep you updated on any more developments. I know that some of you are eager to purchase these headsets, but I would advise you that if you do not have the patience for support or wish to not invest in a product that currently has issues, then please hold off on your purchase until Astro Gaming confirms what the issue is, the resolution of the issue, and confirmation for myself that my issue is resolved. In the meantime, thanks for everyone's patience. Now on to the good stuff, me. In case my YouTube name doesn't give a clue, my name is Hyde. I also go by the nickname Charlie, if you know me by that name already or are still living memories of the Vietnam War. I am of Vietnamese and Chinese descent, 75% Vietnamese, 25% Chinese biologically, but ethnically I have been raised in the Vietnamese traditions. My current profession is a network engineer at an automotive company, and I currently hold a few certifications such as CCNA, CCNA Voice, and CCDA, and currently independently studying and preparing myself for the CCNP. I love networking, but my job requires that I have knowledge of various other fields such as security and general/advanced PC troubleshooting. I'll leave it at that for now, as I don't want to make this into a resume, so if you have any questions about my professional life, feel free to ask. I have been playing video games since I was about 6 years old, thanks to my hometown neighbor, who provided me with an NES. Since then, I've been indulging myself in various types of games and gaming systems, which also include the SNES, original Sega, Sega Genesis, N64, GameCube, Nintendo Wii, PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, Xbox 360, and even portables such as the original Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Sega Game Gear, and PSP. My favorite genre of games right now is first-person shooters. Previously, I was addicted to 3D fighting games, mainly the Tekken series. Due to being abnormally motivated with my advancement in my career, and as a result being extremely busy with work, my dedication with Tekken has waned to the point where I have considered myself retired from competition. Now, I would like to point out that my greatest accomplishment in Tekken was winning a Tekken 6 Bloodline Revolution tournament in 2009, held in Michigan, which earned me a cash prize of over $300, as well as a nice trophy and round-trip ticket to Japan, which I ended up visiting for about 10 days in 2010. At some point in time, I slowly lost interest in playing Tekken and slowly assimilated myself into the first-person shooter community with COD. My very good friend Rob, aka Rob for the Win, attempted to convert me, or at least expand my gaming horizon, by trying to get me to play Call of Duty, but at the time I was far too limited to learn the game and its mechanics. I had very low threshold of tolerance for the game, and it was difficult to get good at the game when the enemy would take advantage of my noovishness. Later on, when Black Ops 1 came out, Rob actually bought the game for me that Christmas. Thanks, Rob. So I decided to give it a second try. I still was very much interested in Tekken at the time, so my playtime with Black Ops was very limited. However, it was easier to play Black Ops as I would usually be in a party with Rob and some of his PSN friends that he made friendships with eventually. So my noovishness was more tolerable as I was able to learn the game at a more lenient pace than those who have to grind it out by themselves. Eventually, I got tired of Tekken, which freed up that time to play more Black Ops 1. I still wasn't good at the game, my score usually securing last place almost every time in the party, but I was surely getting the hang of it. I'm not a prodigy at the game, and I have to admit it took a very long time to get used to the game and getting used to various guns, maps, game modes, styles of play, and miscellaneous tips to compensate for anomalies such as lag and campy players. It wasn't until probably mid-year after Modern Warfare 3 came out when something clicked, and I finally got the hang of it. It was a good feeling that all the time that I put into the game was finally starting to pay off. Now granted, I am still not as good as others that I play with. I'm over 30 years old and my physical reaction time has declined compared to those in their teens and early 20s, but I am able to hold my own and it feels good to be on top of the scoreboards from time to time at the end of a match. Um, I'm still trying to get used to many types of guns. You know, I was a pure submachine gun slayer for the longest time, but I eventually diversified myself with assault rifles, LMGs, excuse me, shotguns, and sniper rifles. So I almost always rush, but there are times when you have to take it slow, especially if the enemy team simply likes to stay put and wait for you to come to them. And as such, you're forced to proceed cautiously at every blind turn. With Black Ops 2's arrival in less than 10 days, I'm looking forward to being able to start a new game with my previous experience under my belt. This was a similar patch to how I eventually got good at Tekken. However, it was much slower due to the limited accessibility of good players compared to first-person shooters. I do have another channel aside from this one. This channel, Hi Guy 007, was my first attempt at using YouTube back in early 2007. Um, the first video I uploaded was a cheesy combo video in Tekken 5, aimed to poke fun at the author of the video. My newer channel, Yulo iHi, link in the description will be below, is my attempt to show off my skills, both as a Tekken player and COD player, as well as my good PSN friends' great gameplays. I also have videos that display acts of cowardice in COD, such as camping, claiming that one wasn't camping but clearly they were, etc., which in my opinion is a very boring way to play a game. It's not real life and it should not be treated as such. Now I know people want to maintain high stats in the game or provide a universal excuse for uh, I paid such and such for a game, I can play however I want, but in the end, you know, those stats don't account for much. You know, if anything, you won't be benefiting from it in real life. And the money that you pay for the game is surely wasted if you don't take, if you don't make the most of the game. So please run around and have fun. Don't be one of those kids hiding in the back of the map, only securing a few kills for your team when you can do so much better by running around. So, back to this channel. My plans for this channel are simple: to provide the more lengthy gameplays, those that are more than 15 minutes long, as well as consumer product reviews and life-oriented commentary. I have already done some reviews on my newer channel, but because YouTube limits me to 15 minutes due to using third-party content with my other past videos, I decided to keep this channel legit and only use content that I create for myself, In other words, no music integrated in videos. I will still keep the other channel around for montage or great gameplay and integrate music into those clips for enhanced viewing pleasure, but this channel will try to keep things clean on the copyright level. Being that I've taken an interest in doing product reviews, I would like you to give me some ideas on what I should review in the future. For the time being, I would like to review products that are gaming related, with the exception of games themselves. Unfortunately, I do not have enough time to review games as they can be very time intensive, nor am I rich, so don't request anything that would cost an arm and a leg to acquire. Um, I normally play on the PS3, but I do have an Xbox 360, so I can make such reviews if a lot of requests are made for something exclusive to that system. The more subscriptions and support I receive from everybody on this channel, the more motivated I will be to provide you, my watchers and subscribers, with the content you're looking for. I'm going to wrap this things up here by thanking everyone who has watched my videos thus far, and a special thanks to those who have subscribed for future video content. Also, as I've just mentioned, if you have suggestions on what products I should review next, please post your comment in the video. I will collect your suggestions and then have everyone vote on a selected few in the near future. So until then, thanks and have a nice day.
Care package on the way. Be advised, advanced UAV online. Enemy care package incoming. We've taken the lead. Granada ready for launch. Enemy care package incoming. Enemy advanced UAV spotted. Enemy UAV spotted. Care package on the way.